Hey there, fitness fam. Let me hit you with a question. Have you ever wondered if you're pushing yourself hard enough in your workouts? You might think, yeah, I'm giving it my all. But what if there's another level, a secret method that might just unlock the next phase of your fitness gains? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of training to failure. It's a topic that has been debated endlessly in gyms, fitness forums, and even among researchers. Is it the ultimate way to make gains, or is it just a risky fad? The truth lies somewhere in between, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to incorporate this technique safely and effectively into your routine. Let's get into it. So, what is training to failure, and why does it matter? In simple terms, training to failure means performing a set of an exercise until you physically can't complete another rep with proper form. Your muscles have reached their absolute limit. There's no juice left in the tank. For years, I thought this was the ultimate way to build muscle. Back in high school, I lived by the mantra, no pain, no gain. I believed that pushing every set to failure was the only way to maximize results. But as I learned more about fitness science, I realized the truth wasn't so black and white. Research began to emphasize the importance of training volume, the total amount of work you do during a workout. Studies suggested that staying close to failure without actually hitting it was just as effective for muscle growth as pushing to failure. This led to a widespread belief: you don't need to train to failure. Just get close enough, hit your target volume, and you're good to go. For years, I stuck to this approach and preached it to others. But here's where it gets interesting. Newer research is shining a spotlight back on failure training. While it's not something you should do all the time, there's growing evidence that periodic failure training can offer unique benefits, especially for certain goals and experience levels. Here's the problem. Most people either overdo it, pushing every set to failure and risking burnout or injury, or they avoid it altogether and miss out on its potential benefits. So, what's the solution? The key lies in strategic failure training. This means incorporating it into your routine occasionally and purposefully, rather than going all out every time you hit the gym. Think of it like seasoning your food. A little bit can enhance the flavor, but too much can ruin the dish. The same goes for failure training. Done right, it can help you push through mental barriers, improve muscle activation and recruitment, fine-tune your ability to gauge effort and proximity to failure. But here's the kicker: it has to be done safely and smartly. And that's what we're breaking down today. 1. The science behind training to failure. First, let's look at the research. A 2020 study found that training to failure can maximize muscle fiber recruitment, especially those hard-to-reach type 2 fibers responsible for strength and power. Here's why this matters. Your muscles are made up of different types of fibers, and not all of them activate at the same time. Training to failure forces your body to recruit every available fiber, especially during those final, grueling reps. This level of activation is hard to achieve with submaximal effort, making failure training a unique tool for advanced lifters looking to break through plateaus. However, studies have also shown that training to failure isn't always necessary for beginners or for every exercise. In fact, for most people, training close to failure, stopping 1 to 2 reps short, is just as effective for building muscle. 2. How to incorporate failure training into your routine. Here's how you can start using failure training without overdoing it. For beginners, start small. Incorporate failure training once a week on isolation exercises like bicep curls, tricep extensions, or leg extensions. These exercises are safer because they don't involve heavy weights or complex movements. Focus on form. The moment your form starts to break down, stop the set. For intermediate lifters, add failure training to your routine 1 to 2 times per workout. Use it on your last set of certain exercises, like dumbbell presses or pull-ups. Keep a log. Track how many reps you achieve at failure to monitor your progress. For advanced lifters, use failure training strategically on compound lifts like squats or bench presses, but only when you have a spotter or safety equipment. Experiment with advanced techniques like drop sets or rest pause sets to extend your sets beyond failure. 3. The importance of safe failure. Training to failure can be risky if not done correctly. Here's how to stay safe. Use machines. Machines are great for failure training because they eliminate the need for balance and stabilization, reducing your risk of injury. Warm up properly. Always do a thorough warm-up to prepare your muscles and joints for the intensity of failure training. Don't overdo it. Limit failure training to 1 to 2 exercises per session and avoid doing it on consecutive days. 4. When to avoid training to failure. There are times when failure training isn't the best choice. When you're fatigued, if you're already feeling drained, training to failure can lead to burnout or injury. On heavy compound lifts, exercises like deadlifts and squats are better suited for submaximal effort due to the high risk of injury. During skill-based training, if you're learning a new movement, prioritize perfect form over max effort. 5. Real-life examples of failure training. Let's say you're doing a workout that includes 3 sets of dumbbell bench presses. Here's how you could incorporate failure training. Set 1. Warm up with light weight, stopping 3 to 4 reps shy of failure. Set 2. Increase the weight and stop 1 to 2 reps shy of failure. Set 3. Go all out to failure, but stop immediately if your form starts to slip. Or, if you're doing a leg day, you might use failure training on a safer exercise like leg presses, leaving squats for submaximal effort. A balanced approach to failure training. Here's the big picture. Prioritize volume and consistency as the foundation of your training. Use failure training as a tool, not a crutch. Incorporate it sparingly to push your limits and enhance your progress. Adjust your approach as you gain experience, tailoring your routine to your goals and fitness level. Remember, fitness is a journey, and what works for you now might change over time. Stay in tune with your body, keep learning, and don't be afraid to experiment. And that's a wrap, folks. Now that you know the ins and outs of training to failure, it's time to put this knowledge into action. What's your experience with failure training? Love it? Hate it? Never tried it? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your workout buddies, and subscribe to Simple Workout Space for more no-nonsense fitness tips. Stay strong, stay consistent, and remember, sometimes failing is the first step to succeeding. See you in the next one.